Alright, going to do an overall update here on the situation in Iraq. I just put out a video about the battle that took place in Tikrit. Now, there have been many battles ongoing on a daily basis here in the region, but the main thing about the battle that I reported on here recently in Tikrit was that an air assault in these airstrikes helped them make the advancement in which they needed. Now, they just received this first batch of Russian jets. These Su-24 fighter jets arrived in Iraq on Saturday. Now, they all landed in different locations, but they're being held primarily in the southern part of the country. Now, as I reported, they sent some 88 of these. So you're talking 88 more aircraft to be flying around. And not only that, helicopters are on the way as well. ISIS came in and took their tanks and their Black Hawk helicopters. Some people just not aware of that. There hasn't been any mention of them using them or flying them, but they have them in their possession, and I'm sure they will soon enough. And if you don't think they're not trained, they are. This is a map of, well, the most updated map we have, June 28, ISIS control. As you can see here, they have cut off this route that runs down into Saudi Arabia. They took that checkpoint. They've took this checkpoint, all of these other regions. Now you can see here where it's being contested, but nothing really fully in the hands of the Iraqi army yet. Tikrit would be a good starting ground if they can settle down and entrench in that area, and they can start to make their way back north. Now, you also have the Kurds. For those that are not aware here, the Kurds are fighting their own, and Kirkuk here is being held down by the Kurds. Notice they didn't take Kirkuk because the Kurds are fighting violently. They're not going to let them. If they do get past the Kurds, what's going to stop them at the border of Iran is the thing. I don't think they're ready to even tackle that beast at this point. I think what they're basically trying to do is run back and forth across the border, tit for tat. They're stealing the equipment here. They're running over here. Israel is bombing right across the border. They're taking all of this machinery, tanks, Humvees, anywhere that they hit, they're going to swoop in on. And they're going to snatch all that stuff up. They're going to take it back up here where they're free to roam. They're going to mount back up, and then they can launch back into wherever. So, I mean, they've got a lot of options here. And as you can see, they have Baghdad pretty much surrounded at this point, except for due east. So that's the latest when it comes to what the map looks like control-wise between the Iraqi army and police and ISIS. You can see that they still have a majority of this in their control right here. Their long-term goal obviously being from Damascus to Baghdad here, this huge caliphate. As I get more information, I'll keep you guys updated, but one thing's for sure. I do believe these new jets arriving in choppers will be a game changer. Spintabu 7. Eyes open.